Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3 back another kicking action figure review. Today I have a cool figure review, got it the day it came out actually. The DC Essentials Classic Superman from Wave 2. Yeah, pretty cool, and we have a special guest for this review. Naughty Cat! Say hello, Naughty Baby. Meow, 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 meow. But yeah, he's part of the new kind of initiative they're doing. They scrapped DC Icons and kind of went back to the DC Essentials. So they had a few other figures called DC Essentials, but they had like the real garbage articulation and were really fragile. And now they've kind of given these guys a bit of a Marvel Legend-esque articulation. And they also kind of upped them back up to the size that we're used to from DC Collectibles, because one of the big complaints that people were giving about the DC Icons line was the size. I actually didn't have a problem with the size of DC Icons. You know, as long as the line scaled with itself, I was fine with it. But then they upped the size of the figures halfway through the line to try to ease people's complaints, and then that created more problems and complaints, because then the figures didn't scale with themselves. So they scrapped those, and now we have these. And these don't have as many accessories as DC Icons did, but they're bigger. So that's the trade-off. So don't, you know, you did this to yourself if you're complaining about lack of accessories. Ooh, Superman loves to eat that ass. Oh, Superman loves to eat that ass. How dare I make Superman do that? That was the least American thing I've ever done. But yeah, let's take a gander at this figure. It's actually pretty dope. So the head can look all the freaking way up. Like, insane. DC Icons had a real head problem. Their heads didn't want to look up. But you can get Superman in some dope flying poses with that head. Nice. But it's also got side to side, a little bit of a wobble. You got an ab crunch. Doesn't come forward terribly much. Goes back a nice bit, but... Oh, there it goes. Sorry, I just opened this guy, so he's a little stiff. So yeah, that actually comes forward much more than I thought. This is my first DC Essentials. I bought him alongside Black Manta, who we'll also be reviewing soon. Arms go in and out, forward and back, bicep swivel, double elbow bend, forward and back on the wrist, rotation on the wrist. You do have a waist swivel as well. Articulation's the same on this hand, obviously, even though it's a different hand. In and out on the legs, you can do full splits almost, which is really nice. Forward and back. It doesn't go back too far because of the butt, but it goes back some. And then you got the high swivel. Once again, they're tight because I just opened him. Double knee bend. Pretty cool. There's a little movement on the boot, but it's like, is that really even supposed to be there? I think it is, but who knows. And then you got one of these kind of joints, so you can go side to side on the foot and kind of do a forced ankle pivot. But the joint, you can kind of like turn it to face forward, and then you can do up and down on that foot, but you can always do side to side on the foot. It can be a bit of a weird joint, but you can work with it. It's not a bad joint. Honestly, I think they just should have done the same thing Marvel Legends does. They copied Marvel Legends and all the other points of this figure. Why not copy it in the feet too, huh? I mean, it's not copying. It's just what works in a modern action figure. So, you know, at least a modern action figure in this price range. These run about 25 bucks, which I guess is fine. Like, because the quality is real good. Look at that detail and paint. Full sculpt, real nice. Got the little curl on the hair. Real nice face. The eyes aren't really derpy at all. That's nice. Clean House of L symbol. Just really cool. Nice cape, too. Real nice cape. I love this cape sculpt. So, I mean, like, detail and paint-wise, he came out perfectly. Really perfect. Kitty, kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. Normally, I don't have her sitting up here for full reviews. Normally, I make her get down, but I just didn't have the heart today. My dog ran away, so I'm being, like, extra clingy to her. I shouldn't laugh because I'm, like, super sad, but... yeah, he doesn't come with any accessories, which, once again, is kind of the drawback I've been seeing for this line. The Black Manta has a couple, but the Superman doesn't have any. But at the same time, it's like Superman, and I don't feel like most Superman figures really need accessories because he's known for flying and punching. but you don't really need accessories for. Flight stands, like I have so many flight stands, like I have flight stands I just bought in a box of flight stands, so I don't need them to come with a flight stand. Maybe interchangeable hands could have been nice. I feel like heat vision accessories are always real fragile for some reason, so I don't care about not having those. You know, I think it's fine that he doesn't come with accessories. It might have been easier to justify the $25 price point if he did, but whatever. Oh my god, look at her. Hey baby, what you doing? What you doing, big girl? She likes to get frisky on this table. Don't you like to get frisky? This is also a naughty cat video, apparently. Come on, girl, you gotta get up now. I gotta do size comparisons. She says, who was just scratching me? Who was just, woo! Woo! She says, hey, don't you do that. She says, don't you invade my personal space. 1, personal space. 2, personal space. 3, stay out of my personal space. Sorry about that naughty cat intermission. Now we're gonna do size comparisons for Superman! You guys watch Workaholics? Remember that show? It's not old or anything. I don't know why I said it like that. Yeah, so here's Superman. If you want to see him with a figure or figures, I guess just one figure in regular scale. Here's one of the Forever Evil Crime Syndicate figures. Owlman, who I reviewed recently. I know he's an older one, but as you can see, they did make these the same size as the older figures, which was the point. I'm going to show him with a couple Mattel figures also. Here is a movie figure, the Justice League Walmart exclusive Armored Cyborg. And then if you want to see him with a comic figure, here's a bit of a relevant one. You can already see him, you already know who it is. Superboy Prime from the All-Star Wave. Superboy Prime actually looks kind of fine with Superman because he's a little smaller, but he's also like a younger version of him, so that's pretty cool. I think that works out, actually. But you see how they'll normally scale. So that's that for size comparisons, unless you want to see him with one more figure in his scale. I haven't opened my Black Manta yet, so if you want to see him compared with Black Manta, check out my next DC Essentials review, and I'll show him scaled with Black Manta. But until then, here's Deathstorm, the Crime Syndicate one, not the Black Lantern one. Which is just from the same line as him, both equally fragile. But this guy doesn't seem fragile at all, which is another good thing. He seems very well put together. Quality control's real good. DC Collectibles used to have a fragility problem. Bitch ain't got no leg. Both these arms are also broken. If they weren't in these plastic coverings, they would be off. Like, real fragile, not good. Half of this guy's joints don't even move, and if you're going to force him, he's going to break. So, a little picky about that, but yeah. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on the DC Collectibles Classic Superman from Wave 2 of DC Essentials, or the current DC Essentials line? Well, he's pretty cool, you know? He's number 5 in the line. You can get the Brainiac to go with him, which I think is pretty cool. He's just real nice. You know, you get a real nice Superman vibe from him. The articulation is good. The size is good. Once again, I don't feel like he really needs accessories. Detail and paint are great. Like, if you are just getting into collecting DC, this is a great line for starters. And Mattel, it looks like Mattel and DC Collectibles have both gotten much better recently. So, that's really good. Like, if you saw the Mattel stuff at Comic-Con, it was like, whoa, dude. But I think I might mostly stick with these, because the comic shop I'm at gets these easily, and no stores in like a 3-mile radius of me stock Mattel DC stuff at all. So these are really the only ones available to me, except for online, but I'd rather just support my local comic shop, you know? But that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all Later.